Hey everyone, welcome back. Okay, so in today's episode, we're going to talk about how we met. We met in 1998, so that was a very long time ago. Anybody remember AOL? That's exactly how we met.
Yeah.
I swear, if I was smarter, if I would have just known what I know now, I could have had the best dating app there ever was. I think I created the dating app. I mean, because
you were just doing what the dating apps do in analog form, and you were just like, you were swipe right by just going nope, just block. I don't even know if you could block people on AOL.
I don't remember, but
of course you could get a new name on AOL like that. So you'd have like 5 or 6 names, and you could just, like, that person wouldn't know this name, but they would know that name, and yeah.
Yeah, so your girl was kind of... I like to date, okay? I like to date. I was dating to find a husband, and so I went on to AOL, and I was like, ooh, what's this chat thing? And I remember you can look it up and you can be like, you can search males 20 to 25,
yeah,
and then like in your area, so a few towns you can search, and then all of these people would pop up and be like, male 21 or male 18 or whatever it was, tell you the town, and then a little kind of bio, I guess, about them.
Right. Well,
a little bit.
Yeah, everyone had so if you remember AOL, you could have, with your name, you could put a bio, you could have a picture with it if you wanted to.
I don't think you could have a picture.
Or maybe you had to send pictures. Can't. That's right.
No, you didn't get.
That's right.
It was blind dating, okay?
Yeah. But you could send pictures.
You could, yeah.
It took forever, but you could do it. You'd have to get a scanner and put the picture in the scanner.
It'd take 30 minutes. So you go make yourself a snack, and then come back, and then you'd see the eyebrows or, the eyes. And then you'd be like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
you wait.
This was pre-56K. I think this was 24K.
In the dial-up, that. Mm-hmm. So I was like, ooh, I can find, like, dates on here. Heck yeah. I know, so bad. So I would message a whole bunch of guys, and I would have probably 5 or 6. So bad, Lisa. I'm outing myself. Hello, unapologetically Pookie. I'm outing myself. Okay, so I would have like 5 little windows, and I would just be like, hey, do you have a girlfriend?
You would be instant messaging. You would be on your computer with 5 different instant message windows open, talking to guys.
Yeah.
5 different guys.
I'm the only child. I was bored. And so that's how I would meet guys. And then, it's very dangerous back then. Well, maybe not. But I would be like, oh, I'll meet you for coffee, or I'd meet you, whatever. And
it wasn't near as dangerous as now, in
maybe
a way.
Not, yeah.
Well, it's kind of, it's a double-edged sword, because you got to think about it, like, back then they couldn't just track your address or something by your phone. There was not like active GPS in your pocket.
No.
Also, you could call them from a number, and if you didn't, and then you could, you could save that person in your things, and if they called, you just didn't answer. But, like, if you gave them your home phone, then you were kind of like, at the time, like, unless you had caller ID, which was like a perk back then. Like, you had to get a separate thing on your phone for caller ID. Remember that? Until they, like, put it on the phones.
I remember, yeah. And call waiting.
Yeah.
Because you'd be on the phone and it'd be like, beep, beep, oh, hold on, I got another call, but you have no idea who it was.
Right, and you have to pick it up.
Yeah.
And if you only had one phone line and you were on the internet, no one could use the phone.
Exactly. So, yeah, the old days, the hard days, no, the great days. So, I found him, and I was like, ooh, cowboy. Because back then, I was a cowgirl. I had my Rocky Mountain jeans.
It was the style.
It was the style.
Yeah.
And
We both lived in the city, but I grew up in the country mostly.
Yeah.
I mean, from the time I was a little kid till I was 10, I grew up on an old chicken farm.
Yeah.
And then we lived in town, but I was still going out almost every weekend to my grandparents' house, which was out in the country, and
yeah.
So
I lived out in the country.
I was not a cowboy.
Well, you dressed like a cowboy.
Well, it was Well, I was an ag kid, so like I was in FFA and stuff like that. So, it was just like I didn't wear a cowboy hat like unless we were going somewhere. I didn't wear it because it was what I did, but like we were going to some place, like we're going to a concert or you're going to something. You pulled out your son to go to meetings and you donned your good straw or felt.
So I found him. And I was like, ooh, we started talking and I was like, oh, we have a lot in common. And I think, did we try to meet up one night? Did we get a picture first? I think we got pictures first, right?
Yeah, you sent a picture and I sent a picture and let's see.
He thought I was young.
Well, I was like, I don't know if she's old enough. I was concerned a little bit. I mean, because you do look young.
All your friends were concerned
All
too.
My friends were like, "Are you sure she's old enough?" And
She doesn't look 18.
I said she says she's 18, and I met her mom, and she says she's 18. So I'm like, I'm not IDing her, but maybe I should. But
yeah,
yeah.
So we got each other's picture. It took like an hour to get the picture, and then I was like, "Oh, he plays guitar. He's cute. So maybe we should meet up." And we were going to drive down like this busy road that we always drive down.
Well,
and,
it was a cruise.
Yeah, like a
everybody
cruise.
Everybody has. It's a lot of places call it the gut. Ours was McHenry.
Mm-hmm. So every Saturday, all the teeny boppers, all the teens would just drive, and we would just cruise down the whole road. It was a very long road, and we'd have our windows open, and girls would be like, oh, flirt, and guys would flirt back. Right. We would be like at the bowling alley and pool tables. There was several friends where they did drag races out in the middle of nowhere, so we'd go out there. It was the 80s. You guys, or 90s. This 90s. Was the 90s. And so you guys know, like, if you know, you know. Like, it was fun to be a teenager in the 90s. It really was. A freedom. So we had talked, and we were both going to be on McHenry that night, and we're like, oh, we should, look out for each other. Right.
So, I told her what I was driving. She told me what she was driving. And I have a big Blazer, and I'm like, okay. So I'm looking for a K5 full-size Blazer, she said it was an 80, whatever, I can't remember now. And I'm like looking for a big black Blazer. And I'm thinking, okay, cool. I'm a Bronco guy, but that's okay. I didn't have a Bronco at the time. I don't even know what I was driving at the time. Was I?
I think you had a Bronco.
Did I have my Bronco?
Yep, you did.
I did. I had my white one. Mm-hmm. I had my white one.
You had your Bronco.
That's right. I had my white Bronco. Mm-hmm. That is correct. Okay.
Yep. And you were looking for me and couldn't find me.
I was looking for you. Couldn't find you. Little did I know, your big old Blazer was an S10 Blazer. So that's the little Blazer.
But for
when you're 5 foot nothing, I guess it's big. It's like I have to jump up.
It's huge. For me, it is. For me, it was very hard to get up there. I thought I was amazing. I was like, it felt like a big Blazer to me.
I mean, okay.
We couldn't find each other.
Right.
And so, we kind of all hanged out around the same group of people, kind of. Like, not group of people, but we hung in the same spots.
We were in each other's orbit.
Yes, constantly. So I'm surprised that I didn't, see you. Or he wasn't really on my radar because he wasn't someone... You're very attractive and handsome. Sure. But he was not... He was just not someone that I never had dated before.
Right. Well, and also when I went out, I was usually a bit of a wallflower in that way. If I was playing pool, I would be at the corner pool table. Mm-hmm. If I was them, or I didn't go out looking. No. I was never out looking for trouble, and I was never out, just looking for trouble, I guess is really the way to say it. I was just never out looking for trouble, Yeah. Because like me and my friends, we just go hang out, and they had girlfriends, and I'd had girlfriends before, but like it just never really came. It just never really was a thing that I did. I didn't go out and find girls. It was usually, through like friends and stuff like that, and people you just meet out. But like, I was never like trolling, if you will. You were a commercial fishing vessel. You were trawling with seine nets is what you was doing, and just throwing out what you didn't want.
Very true. Very true. It's very, very true. Because I had a boyfriend when I met him, because I knew, like, I don't know, he wasn't marriage material, but it was fun hanging out, and so I figured might as well. So we didn't meet, and so we called each other up, and you decided to ask me out on a date.
Yeah, I was like, well, I said let's just meet somewhere.
Yeah.
Let's go to the movies.
I was like, oh, okay.
So.
And what we saw, our first movie was
You don't know?
State. The State, Enemy of the State.
There you go, Enemy of the State. Gene Hackman, Will Smith.
Right. Yeah. And so I met him at the movie theater with my little mini Bronco.
It was a Blazer.
Blazer.
How dare
now I know, I'm sorry. I'm switched over. I'm a Bronco girl now. I have to be. But we met, and he was so cute. He was just like all smiles and so sweet. And he was the first guy, like when we walked into the movie theater, he didn't even know me or anything. He escorted me in. And I had never had a guy do that before. I've had all these pretty boys and kind of player boys. And that's not what you want, because they think their stuff's amazing. And they kind of like, yeah, that's right, As whereas Mr. Pookie was very much so sweet, not a pretty boy, didn't really care. It was kind of nice.
Well.
And I was just like, oh, you mean people are this nice?
I mean, you do like attention, and, maybe I was putting you out in front, and that felt good.
Yeah, because he doesn't like attention.
I hate attention. This bothers me to no end. But I'm here because I love you.
So that's how we met, and we went to go. He was like, can I get you drinks or whatever? And I was like, I'm fine. He got popcorn and drink. We go to sit down to watch the movie, and it starts It
started like 30 minutes in.
Yeah.
To the movie. Like they had because at the time you still had to switch reels.
Yeah.
Because they would have like a switch point, because you would kind of fade to like a black section, and then the second projector would come on, and they could prep the next projector. It wasn't like digital playing all the way through.
No.
So it was so you could actually hear the projectors kicking on,
and just stopped, and we're like
and just stopped, and they brought the lights up, and they's like, hey everybody, we're having a malfunction, this, that, and the other. If you come back in a few hours, your tickets will be observed, blah, blah, blah. So we're like, okay, what do we do now?
That's awkward.
Now we're like, we were like, thought we'd have a couple hours just to kind of relax, get used to each other's company, this, that, and the other. So you're like, we could go to my house, I guess. And so I got to meet your mom on her first date.
Awkward. But we sat there and talked and whatever, and then had a good conversation that it was time to go back to the movie theaters again. We went and saw our movie, and then you took me out for dinner. I don't even think it's not there anymore.
It may not be in there. It was Lions.
Yeah, restaurant. Lions. So I thought it was in November when we met.
We met in November.
Yeah, and so
we might have met in October. Yeah. Well, no, it was November. Yeah, it was November.
There was Christmas.
It was November.
Around.
It was November.
Okay.
Yeah, because Halloween was over. Yes.
Yes. Okay.
So it was November.
And
we were talking. It's confusing because we were talking through October.
Yeah.
Because I remember us talking about things like Halloween. What are you going to do? This, that, and the other. But we didn't technically meet until November. It was like first week in November.
Yeah, I think you're right. So he takes me out to dinner, and he's so cute, and he's nervous as all get out. And I've never had a guy be so nervous to meet me. And if he was always like cool, like I'm a bodybuilder, like that, you know, player type dudes. And he kept you're so cute.
Fumbling my silverware.
It would fall over the ground. He would just the whole time he was so nervous, and I'm like, why is this guy so nervous still? Like at this point we've spent all day together.
Yeah, we met at, I think, the movie theater. Oh, it was the
11?
first showing. I think we met at 10:30.
Yeah.
Yeah, and and this is at like 8 something at night now.
So
we've been together all day. We spent the whole day.
And I'm like, why is he so nervous? Like, you've been with me all day. Like, get it together. But he couldn't. It was so adorable, and I just kept laughing and giggling, and he was so cute and just so nervous. And ever since then, that was it. Like,
I mean, we've rarely missed a day together since then.
Yeah. He dropped me off, and he was so nervous. And then we'd talk on AOL and be like, oh, hi. And I think it was a few days later, I think we became officially boyfriend and girlfriend.
Yeah.
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 And
you're like, let's do this.
Let's do this. I was like, oh, I like him. He's so cute. Like, he's so sweet. And then, I think we'd only been dating for like 2 weeks.
It was, almost 3 weeks.
When he took me to Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving, yeah.
So early.
It's quick.
It was so quick.
Mm-hmm.
So quick. And then ever since then, like, that was it. We were together, and that was it. Like, we got engaged not too far after that, and I was like, we were married I was 19, almost 20, but 19.
So, we met in November of 98.
Yeah.
I proposed in, I want to say it was summer of 99.
Yeah.
And we were married May of 2000.
Yeah.
So, it wasn't just like, it wasn't like we rushed anything.
No.
But we didn't wait.
No, we knew. And I mean, it's been 24 years. Oh, it'll be 25 years.
It's 25 right now.
I know, it's 2025.
It's
I know.
25. I mean, I don't know who's better at keeping time. I thought it was supposed to be the woman that held the man.
No, it's him. It's him. He remembers everything. And I'm like, what? No, I don't. Oh, yeah. No, it's you. You're like very sentimental.
I'm better at the long dates. You're
Yes.
better at the stuff right now.
Yes.
I could not organize my week to save my life if I wanted to.
Yeah.
If I don't have a schedule, like, if I don't have times I know I'm supposed to be somewhere, good luck.
Yeah.
Like, I would never be a good entrepreneur because I wouldn't be able to keep a schedule for one. I am made to be an employee.
Yeah.
My brain don't work that way.
My brain works that way.
Right. So she's always planning things. I'm like,
this.
you just tell me where I need to be and when I need to be there, and I'll be there.
I was like, all right, got you.
So,
but that's the story of us met. Like, we were young, and I know a lot of, like, everybody was like, you guys are crazy. You're so young to get married. Like, we've had...
honestly, we were.
Now that I think about it, we have a daughter. Our oldest is 22. And I'm thinking, I had her at 23, so I was pregnant with her at the same age she is now. And I'm thinking, you're so young. Like, you're so young.
Right.
But I was so much older and wiser, and so I guess it just all depends, on the person, maturity, and all this
life experiences and stuff like that.
Life experiences, changes
it'll put some age in your
definitely so
in your maturity lane, if you will.
Yeah. So that's how we met.
That's how we met.
And good old AOL. That's why I'm telling you.
AOL. Yep.
I should have.
The chat rooms. And because it was all random. Chat rooms were random. Like you just You just look for chat rooms that were within your interests. Like it could be if you were looking for people, they had the chat rooms like guys and girls of this age in this area, and there would be a chat room for it, and people would be hopping on there talking crap, and making weird things on there, like with all the hash marks and the things and the making emojis out of all that stuff. Like and getting like script set and then just sending it and just flooding a whole thing and people getting mad because you're flooding the chat page. But, you know, a lot of times I'd be on like forums for like cars, you know, or music. Cause
I never looked for your chat groups. I just looked for your Instagram.
No, I wasn't on them very often.
Yeah. And I can't remember if it told you were online.
Well, it would.
Yeah, it
so,
did.
if you sent an instant message, you could send one. I don't know if it told you it was online, but it may have.
It's like online, offline. I'm pretty sure
it did. It did. I think it did. But yeah.
And so I would just look to see. And
I remember when you sent me a message, I was kind of like at the end of my phase of like I'm done with women for the time being phase because I was, you know, out of a, not a crazy relationship, but just kind of like an off and on kind of BS relationship that I was like 6-8 months out of that, and I was just and I was kind of at the end of it like, okay, I'm probably, you know, okay, but I wasn't looking, but in any way, shape, or form I was not looking. We were in a little band, and we had to play a band where we had to play a little more country than we normally play, so there was an old site so it was called Harmony Central, not the dating site. This was Harmony Central was a place where you could get like the lyrics to songs, and people would put the chords above where they're supposed to be on there, and you could print them out. And I would just have stacks of these things, just printed out songs so I could take them to practice, and we could just get used to the songs and like, all right, well, this is our set list for this weekend, you know. And I was on Harmony Central. I'm trying to print out stuff, and I got this Cowgirl High is what it was. As a little thing goes blink, and it's just like, hi, how are you? And I'm like, and I just like, I at first I'm like doing things, and then I'm like, fine, how are you? And I'm going back to like, great, blah blah blah, you know. And then I don't even remember what we talked about. I remember at first just being not annoyed, but just like, I'm busy. I'm doing stuff. You know, I got stuff to do.
I'm like, no, come talk to me.
Right.
I'd be like, hey, how old are you? Where are you from? Da da da.
Right.
What's your interest?
Where'd you go to high school?
Yeah, and it was probably annoying because every time I would talk to someone, it was like an interview.
Yes.
Like I wasn't coming on like, hey, I do. Hi, how are you? Sweet, and then I'd be like right into the interview. Yeah. Like I need to know because you're gonna waste my time.
Right. You were yes. It was a bit of that.
It was. But I was looking for a husband. I had a mission, okay? I knew what I wanted, and I wasn't going to waste anybody's time. I don't want to waste my time, because I'd seen I just seen it through my whole entire life, and I'm like, I'm not ending up like you guys, so.
As I think I remember, once you had pictures on your computer, you could just send them to people, right? You didn't have to load it every time.
I think that was a little later.
I think because it was just on my computer, and I could just connect the file,
maybe.
JPEG.
But it would take you forever. And
you'd put it. I could send it to you, and then it would take you forever to upload it.
Mm-hmm.
Or I guess it would be uploaded or download it or whatever it is. Download it and then open it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It took forever, you guys.
Yeah, because I had a book of photos that I had scanned in, like some of my fishing photos and stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay.
So, and I could just pick one of those and bloop. And I just had the one where somebody took a picture of me with my guitar, and I just sent it to you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. See, aren't you glad that the annoying girl turned out to be amazing?
It worked out.
It was a luck of the draw, too. Like, I was just searching. I was like, it was fishing. I was just throwing it out there and hoping someone would bite, and then I'd be like...
Just throwing darts in the dark.
I'm crazy.
Right.
Just a little bit. But, And then I stopped. I broke up. I'd have you know that when a few days later, when we became official, I broke up with everybody that I was talking to, and because I was like, okay, this guy is like marriage material, and so I did do the right thing, just in case you're wondering. Don't get any ideas. Like I did. I broke up with everybody.
That's what you told me.
I did.
You're still here, so I guess
I'm
you're not telling lies.
I'm here.
You're still here.
So,
yes.
I was a good girl. So, anyways, this is just how we met. But definitely stay tuned. We have lots of stories to tell you. I have lots of content coming. We're just going to sit. We're going to chat. We're going to talk about all different kinds of things. Things that make me angry. Things that make me happy.
Yeah.
Things that maybe are a little bit more upsetting or sensitive.
Right. You can, we're going to, I think, you're going to want to probably, I think you mentioned you wanted to talk about stuff in the news, but nothing, no opinions, no politics. And even if it's a political thing, there's not going to be, no one's picking sides.
No one's picking sides over here.
Honestly,
No. So, just all different kinds of stuff, I have and then my daughter's going to be coming on, and we'll talk about stuff. So, best friend will be coming on once I figure out how to do that. She'll be coming on and talking to you guys and telling you guys really embarrassing stories of me. So, in
high school, yeah.
Oh, very, very, very embarrassing. Very embarrassing stories. But hey, that's just how it goes. So
it is who you are.
It is who I am. So I'm excited to take you guys on the journey of Unapologetically Pookie. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will catch you guys next time. Bye.